I'm so grateful that you're here because I'm such a horoscope girly.
Nice.
And I remember like being like told, I don't even know who told me, like, but a few times, like always, like when I would meet people, one of my first questions is like, what's your sign? And then I would have a few people be like, why do you do that? Because first of all, you're just judging them based off their sign.
Right.
Which I would do.
Right.
Because if you're a Taurus, I'm like, oh, you a bull. So you gonna cuss my ass out. Like, welcome back to another episode of Chatty Chit Chats with your girl Chatty. And I have my beautiful friend Love here today. Hey girl. Hey. We're going to talk all about her work as, what is your work? Tell us really quickly. What is your work? What is the title, the correct official title?
The correct official title is I am an astrologer and a tarot card reader.
Okay. We're going to get all into the spiciness of what that means, what that looks like for her, and just all the questions that may come up with this profession. The first thing that people should know about you is that not only are you an astrologer, a birth chart reader, you're a mommy.
Yeah.
You're a Black woman.
Yes.
Right? You're a female in this industry, which I think, is it mostly dominated by females?
I feel like it is.
I mostly see that, right? Yeah.
Especially with tarot.
Yeah.
Tarot tends to be dominated with females. Astrology, you do see a bit more males in that industry, but still I feel it's quite female dominated.
Because we have all the... What is it? We want to learn? Is it that we're like more interested in learning, or why?
Curiosity. A lot of people do want to know more about what's happening in their love life. So I feel like mostly females. Yeah,
true. Because they're the ones that usually are like going through the issue in the relationship. You wear a lot of hats.
Yes.
You have a lot going on, and outside of being a mom, you also have a child who has a special need.
Yes.
Autism, just like my son.
Yes.
So we can relate on that. We're going to get into that probably in the next episode, but in this episode we will touch on it a bit. And I just want to give my hat off to you because I know it's a lot of work, and
you as well, girl.
You're super mom, girl.
We both doing our thing.
Super mom. So shout out to you for that.
Thank you.
Can you explain what you do as an astrologer and birth chart reader?
As an astrologer, I'm taking a look at your birth chart. So that is when you were born, the time you were born, the place, the day. And I see what the planets were doing. So beyond where the sun was, because for yourself, you're a Pisces, right?
Yeah. Pisces, shout out.
Shout out. So that was where the sun was when you were born. But there are also the other planets, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus. They're all doing different things. And they also signify different themes in your life. So that really, really helps to see someone clearly and what their, I like to call it the default settings are when you're born.
Okay, I love that.
Because we get through life and we often forget who we are.
True.
So astrology is a really, really great tool to use to come back.
Yeah.
To
self-care. So would you say self-care?
100%.
Okay, that was one of my questions for later, but I'm glad we got that out of the way because I consider this self-care. Like, even just reading my horoscopes, like, before I knew about the deep depths of, like, birth chart and all that stuff, like, I was just online reading my horoscopes and I was obsessed to, like, and it also made me feel like I was manifesting. Because sometimes I'm like, that doesn't really fit in my life, but shit, I'm going to take it because it's good. Exactly. And then I just expect that because I'm like, well, I'm a Pisces and it says this is going to happen.
So it's going to happen.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
No, I love that. Okay, so let's go back a little bit. When did you get into astrology, or like what made you get into astrology and how did it transform into work?
That is a fantastic question.
Yeah.
I got into astrology in 2020. It was after the pandemic because it was late 2020. And I was looking at my phone on Instagram and I saw this Channing Tatum was doing an ad for I know.
Oh my God.
I was like, Channing Tatum, what are you talking about?
Wow.
He was doing an ad for a astrology app. And so it was, I don't know if it's still working or whatever.
I've never heard of Channing Tatum and astrology like together.
I know, but it was called The Pattern. I don't know if it's still.
Oh my gosh, my friend told me about that like a year ago.
No way.
I had the app for a while.
Okay.
She used it to compare, like to see how compatible we were.
Yes. Yeah. Because I didn't like you go into it and you put in your birthplace, your time, how you would a birth chart reading, but it was not giving me the info as it would like as the planetary alignments and stuff like that. It was just telling me about myself and compatibility with friends, with like
it's more in depth, right?
Yeah, more in depth, but it wasn't they weren't broadcasting it like a astrology thing. So I was interested, and I'm a Virgo, and I got to dig deep and analyze. And
shout out to the Virgos.
Yay! Shout out to the Virgos. So I was digging deep, and I was like, how does this app know me so well? Like, it just doesn't make sense. And then I realized that they were getting the info off of like a birth chart reading, off of the time you're born, you know. So I was like, wow, this is really interesting, and this is super accurate. So I just began to dig deep, and then I realized that this is what it was, and this is astrology, that it's so much more than just the basic that we usually know, like
they always say, like Pisces are very emotional, right, things
right,
like that, like, and that's just we're like, I'm like, you're a Pisces, oh, you're gonna be crying,
right,
like, you know, but there's so much more to it than
that can still be true in a way, but there is so much more that can help us. So, and at that time I felt really lost. I had just, I know we'll talk about this more in the next episode, but my son had just got diagnosed with autism that year, a couple months prior. So I just felt lost. I was going through a lot of family issues, and I was like, what is happening? I was looking for something deeper. And that's how I ended up finding astrology.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, in the darkness, you always find gems.
Yes.
We're going to make sure her information is below. I think everybody should do this. And I think it's so special for the Black community.
Yes.
You know, I think it's like so important for us to tap into this stuff. It's magic.
Yeah.
It's magic.
It's magic that we have access to, but it has been like
diluted,
condemned.
Yeah.
You know, it's such a taboo.
Yeah.
But when you really think about it, with astrology, those are just planets.
Yeah.
And the energies they hold.
It's
and
just real
with
stuff.
Tarot, it's just guidance.
Mm-hmm.
It's a form of divination, right? So we have tools. If you don't understand it yourself, you can always come to someone who does.
Yeah.
Or you can play around with it yourself too. Yeah.
No, I love that. I absolutely love that. Say things like that, or we always end up tapping into the things that we need the most and not even know it.
We not even know it. Yeah, amazing. I didn't think it would be. I was just doing it for personal reasons. I never thought that I would ever be
this deep.
No.
Like, you're getting coins. You're making coins off of this at this point. People are like reaching out to you, and you're like so popular on live now on like TikTok.
TikTok has been bumping.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna put her information right here on the screen.
Yes.
Let's make sure you guys go show her love, join her live streams.
100%.
Do you do free live readings on there too?
I do 100%. I go live once a week.
Wow, once a week.
I do. Yeah, I pull some cards for people. You put your question in there. We got a little community building.
I love it.
It's been really great. Yeah.
I absolutely love that. You guys check it out. She has a lot going on. And why not go get a free reading? Because you know some people are overcharging for this kind of stuff.
Yes.
Like I see some people like taking advantage and like doing like stuff that's it's like they're not genuine with the practice.
Right.
And do you see that a lot?
I do see that a lot. And like any other business, it can be a money grab, right? So it's definitely important for you to feel comfortable with your reader, whether this be tarot or astrology, and to get to know the person first before you just get a reading. Yeah, I
was gonna say, like, how can you differentiate between like a scammer,
right,
and somebody who's like genuinely giving you the information, the cards are
right,
But I guess like joining a live stream like hers, where she does provide it for free, at like, you know, if you get a chance, your question could come up.
Yeah, and if you have more questions after that, you can
book a one-on-one
session. Yeah.
How often should somebody get a reading like this, or these kind of readings? Would you say? Is it? Can you get it too much?
Tarot, I would say out of the two can be very addicting, especially if you find it very hard listening to your own intuition and your own instincts. Then you can get addicted to someone else answering the questions for you, or addicted to wanting to know everything that's going to happen in the future. So there are times where I'm pulling cards and those cards are like, shh. Right. They don't need to know all of that. This is enough. This is where we gotta, cut it off. And even for myself, I do try to balance those two things out, because it is very important at the same time to trust ourselves and to have faith in the bigger picture.
True.
Yeah.
So is it true that with tarot cards, is it tarot cards or tarot cards?
Tarot cards, yeah, but it's
tarot cards.
Tarot.
So let me. We have confessions later, but I wanted to ask if it's true that tarot cards tell you, because I'm going to give a confession. I'm going to share a confession shortly in a second. But I wanted to ask before that confession, if it's true that tarot cards give you the answer for the energy you're in right now. Yeah. Like, you can't really get a future answer. Like, it's just telling you based on how you are right now, this is how it could be in the future. Is that correct?
That is,
spot on.
That is spot on, because, you do your thing. And that's something, actually, that a lot of people don't realize, is that because we all have free will, and even if you're asking about someone else too, they have free will too. We can only read the energies that are present to this time right now. What things can look like a month from now can be very different because we've made all these different choices. Also, if, like I said, a lot of people ask questions about love. So if we are wanting love but not doing anything about it, just staying at home, where are you going to meet someone if you're just on your couch watching Netflix all day?
What's the effort you're putting into making this thing happen?
You actually have to put in a little bit of you.
Right.
It is just that these are the energies that are present. This is what you can work with. This is what you can build upon.
Right.
And it's up to you to kind of,
Right. Okay, so based on the energy you're doing now, like if your mindset is right, it could happen for you.
This is what's available.
But if it's not right or it's not for you, it's just not going to happen for you. Because also some people so my confession, let me tell you now, because I'm about to get into it. My confession is that my mom recently moved out and she left a box of tarot cards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I'm that girl. So I was like, Mom, I'm going to start using them. She's like, my energy's all up on it, but go ahead and turn it into yours. I'm like, okay. And so I went on live and I was just like having fun with it. And that's what I noticed just on my own, and I was incorporating Chatty Chit girl, because I don't know anything about how to read these cards.
Is great.
Okay. So that's what I was doing to kind of like get the right readings, but most of the questions were about relationships. Is my relationship going to last? Does Joe love me? Or are they going to have money, finances? People always want to know, and that was my question in a tarot card reading. Like because I did. Let's tell the truth here. I've done my readings. I've done my reading with you, and that was probably one of my biggest things, is like, am I going to be financially stable? Like, right. Like, not even stable, like free. Right. Yeah. And so, like, how do you battle that? Because people always just want the right answer. Like, do you ever get a bad answer, I guess is the question. People may say it's a bad answer. I tell people this may not be what you want to hear right now. When I can see in the cards that, ooh, like, oh, does he really love me? Is he being honest? And it's like 5 of Pentacles, 7 of Swords. You're like, Devil card. Oh, Jesus. You know? It's a lot going on. So it's like, this may not be what you want to hear, but it's important. This is what Spirit would like to tell you right now. Right. And sometimes people get upset, and then they come back later. Like, you were right. Because they can't take it personally. No. And the cards are just what they are. It's the truth. It's just the answer from the universe. Exactly. Right? Like, I am not in control of what your spouse or whoever is doing. So I do like to convey the message with some grace and some empathy. Right. That usually helps. Sometimes, like I said, people get upset, but I just have to keep it moving. Yeah. It's okay. Would you say, is there a specific way to ask a question? Like, can you say, like, you can ask for anything? Or is there a better way to ask questions to the cards? To the cards. The more specific you are, I think the more direct the answer will be. At the same time, it's questions that I really find helpful are more personal questions to do with you. So, because love is such a big thing, I'll just stick to that example. If you are asking about someone else, it can be rephrased like, what do I need to do in this relationship? What do I need to see? Or what would best serve me in this moment? Or like, even like, what do I need to hear from Spirit? Right. Like that often, or like, I think exactly, what's my guidance for today? Those questions, I feel people get the most fulfillment from the answers, because it is exactly what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. Yeah, they're hoping to get the answer that they just want. The first time, before I even knew you, I would go on live sometimes, and there was this lady doing readings, and I was like, let me just type. I was like, am I going to be debt free by December this year? She was like, no, Chatty. I swiped out so fast. I'm like, girl, bye. Because like, I'm also the type that I'm like, hearing that is going to make me manifest that. Now I'm going to believe that.
Yeah.
And I don't want to believe that. I believe that I can be debt free by the end of this year if I do the right thing and do the right. She didn't really explain. Yeah. And I feel like that's the problem. That is also depending on your path, Chatty. Yes.
Like if you do this exactly. Yeah. And those oftentimes when tarot readers are on live and stuff, it is quite fast. Yes. And it's just like yes, no, whatever. Right. And people ask me yes, no questions. I never give yes, no.
Right. You want a full.
Yeah, no. So I end up taking too much time on people, but I feel it is better. Like I feel bad for just being like no, because usually there is more to it. Yes. Like maybe right now is not the time because you are working on something greater. Right. You know what I mean? Right. It's not just like a no. Right. So yeah, it depends on the tarot card reader in that case. Nice. 100%.
I think it's like really important to make sure that you do your research on like who you want to work with. Because like what she's saying is everything I would want to hear is like you take your time. Right. And you're gonna give me a full, complete answer. Yes. So the birth chart as a wellness map. Yeah.
Can I steal that?
Yeah, steal it, girl. Yeah. So the birth chart as a wellness map. So for the people, so this is just a topics segment. We're going to just talk about questions underneath that. And so for the people that think that astrology is just sun signs or pop culture, what is a birth chart at its core, and why is it the most powerful self-development tool that you can own?
Okay. Yeah. It is. Yeah. I love the way you put that question. Yeah. That's great. Okay, so I'll use myself as an example. Okay. I was born on August 28th, 1992. So during that time, and I was born in Denver, Colorado, and in that place where the planets were, those were the energies that I was born with. So at the specific time I was born, the sun was in Virgo, the moon was in Virgo, Mercury was in Leo, Venus was in Virgo, all these things. And those are, like I had mentioned previously, my default energies. So it ends up being a wellness map because we do tend to stray far from who we are as we grow up. Right. That is inevitable in all of us. Like whether it be peer pressure or the way our parents raised us, which most of the time they're just doing the best that they knew how. Yeah. And family, all these things. Yeah. School, it just changes who we are. So in 2020, when I found it, I was so far from myself and I could feel it. I was like, I need something to bring me back. And so when I started taking a look at what it means to have my Mercury in Leo, why I'm always so loud, why am I the loudest person in my family? My parents are always telling me to be quiet, like, and they don't understand the way I communicate. Why is that, So it helped me understand, okay, I may be a Virgo, I think like a Virgo, but when it comes out in more of a Leo way. That's why, Leos oftentimes need to be in the spotlight, needs to be heard, need to be seen. Right. And then I was like, oh, that's why, like, all my life, like, I've been doing, like, talent shows in high school, junior high, and I hated it. I was like, why do I keep doing this? But it's just this push within myself where I hate it, but I still feel like I need to do it. So it was confirmation to me in a lot of ways on where I need to be and who I am. So that's how we can use it as a wellness map. I really, really, really love that. Yeah, because it redirects you. Yes. And each planet, like I said, and the moon, like the luminaries, the sun and the moon, and also with your time, if you have your birth time, you can find out your rising, which is a whole other thing in the birth chart situation here. But these things really help you understand different parts of your life. And it gets even deeper as you look at it. So, yeah.
It's really cool. I think, like, outside of, like, everybody loves learning about themselves. You love hearing something about yourself where you're like, right. Yeah, that's me. I can relate. Exactly. Like, you're like, oh, that's I love that. And most of us do. And I think that's why this is also so fun. But it gives you the chance to, for your wellness journey, to be able to, like, analyze who you are. Yes. Because I remember even sitting down with you in I'm almost 40. And I sat down with you and I felt like you were telling me about myself. Like, it was so weird because, yes, you're telling me about myself, but it's like, I was shocked at how much she knew about me just from my chart, which is how accurate it really is. Yeah. And it made me also, like, just, like, look at myself, like, I just love who I am. Because, like, I know more about me and I can put each thing in a space. Like, okay, this comes from that. This comes from this. And, like, you know, it just makes who I am as a whole. And so I just love it. I love that.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like a lot of people need it. Some people don't. I mean, my dad is always like, who's actually going to need this? I'm like, man, if you have never felt lost in your life to a point where you need someone to help you to come back, that's great. Yeah. Be thankful for what you don't understand. Yeah. But for the rest of us who have strayed far from the grace of God.
Literally, or from themselves.
From ourselves, who God made us to be. Like, and each one of us has a purpose. Each one of us has certain things we came into this lifetime wanting to learn, wanting to grow in, right? That's the human experience. We're here to grow and to emit these energies of love to help each other. And like, this is what astrology does. It helps you be you in the most authentic way. And not hate it. You know, not hate the human experience. It at least. Just appreciate know who you are. It's a beautiful thing too.
Yeah, and I think outside of like just knowing who you are and like self-analyzing, I think it's like you get to, like, I was reading my kids' birth charts. Yeah, like, how am I gonna be comparing what they need? Let me see. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even friendships. Like, you know, whoever 100%. You're close to, and like understanding my mom. Yeah. Like, my mom was like this is how she. This is why.
Wow. Yeah. 100%. Like, I use that a lot. And I mean, having a child with autism too, I can see certain things like friends, loved ones, baby daddies, whatever you got going on. All of it. It just helps me interact with people more. Now I don't fight with my mom as much. She is the opposite.
What's her sign, girl?
She's a Pisces. Oh my God! She a Pisces. My dad's a Scorpio, so like water, right? They and I have like only Pluto and Scorpio. I have one water placement in my chart. So I'm not as emotional and stuff. And Virgo and Pisces are opposites. Yeah. And even
but we actually get along. Well, Pisces gets along with everybody, so.
All right, sure.
Well, to our face. Because they don't want to hurt our feelings. So
Y'all are great. Y'all are great. It's just that, like, she will, the way we respond to things, right, is we, opposites are often similar, but different. Yes. So when a situation happens, for example, growing up with my mom as a Virgo, someone who's very analytical and logical, like more in the mind than in the heart space, I would respond to things with more like logical, let's fix the situation kind of answers. Whereas she, Pisces, not all, but tend to be so much more spiritual and emotional. Yeah. And for her, like, Jesus is her best friend, which is a beautiful thing. So
cute. Shout out to Mom.
Yeah. But she responds with, like, prayer and, like, those things. Let's go. And I used to hate that. Right. I'm like, what is Jesus going to do in this situation, Mom? I need you to, like, talk to me. So, but now I realize that is just who she is. Like, that's her default. Right. This is my default. Right. The more I expect her to act from a Virgo point of view, the more I will be disappointed. Yes. So when situations happen now and she reacts the way she does, it just makes me chuckle.
Right, because you can you understand her now.
You go, you do your thing, Pisces, crazy Pisces.
Yeah, so I think that's so important. That's so important because it's giving you more compassion for her. Yeah, because you're just like, she can't help it.
It's just her, and I butt heads with her way less now. It's beautiful. It's really helped my relationship.
So it's like psychology, because psychology, like learning about psychology and stuff like that, it makes you have more compassion for people because you understand it. This is the same thing. It's like you learning about people's birth charts and all those things.
All of them
is what's gonna give you a better understanding of who they are or how they could potentially move in certain situations, right?
100%.
I love it. I'm so grateful that you're here because I'm such a horoscope girly. Nice. And I remember like being like told, I don't even know who told me, like, but a few times, like always, like when I would meet people, one of my first questions is like, what's your sign? And then I would have a few people be like, why do you do that? Because you're, first of all, you're just judging them based off their sign,
right?
Which I would do,
right?
Because if you're a Taurus, I'm like, oh, you a bull, so you gonna cuss my ass out, like I'm ready. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Exactly. So I would do that.
People do that often, yeah.
So I think it's so important to really learn about the differences, because you can't. Yeah, it's so much deeper.
So much deeper. It could be a Taurus man, like with a Taurus sun, but have a whole bunch of other placements that have nothing to do with Taurus. Right. So for love, we are looking at where Venus is, the planet Venus, because that is the planet that is for love and for finance. So certain things like that, and then with where that goes into your chart. So couples synastry is what it's called, and then we look at their chart, your chart, kind of put it together and see where.
Well, I'm gonna have to do that.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, not sorry for the people that I, didn't. Yeah, and
because you know what?
If I judged you in the past, you weren't meant for me. Anyways,
there was probably a reason for that.
I don't judge people as much anymore based off that. However, if I do meet another Pisces or anything, I'm always like, we gonna be. But then I'm always shocked because I'm like, they're not like me at all. Right. Like some of them, I'm like, am I the only Pisces like this? Like, how come you ain't crying with me? Like, stuff like that. So you can't put these expectations just because of you hear this.
Exactly.
Yeah. So this question is good about it's still under wellness. So beyond just knowing your strengths. How can someone use their chart, specifically Saturn or, I don't know what, Chiron?
Chiron, yes.
Chiron?
Yes.
Girl, they got me.
Yes.
Like, honestly.
These are great questions, though.
So, specifically Saturn or Chiron placements to proactively identify their unique mental or physical wellness challenges before they manifest. Is that possible?
Yes, it 100% is. It is.
It's so cool.
It is that map, the wellness map. Yes. I really, really like that. Starting off with Saturn. Saturn is a planet that is a disciplinary planet. It's like, I call it Big Daddy Saturn. Okay. Big Daddy Saturn. Big Daddy Saturn always has lessons that it is trying to help us learn. So for people who are 27 to 31, this is when we go through our first Saturn return. That is when Saturn is coming back home to where it was when you were born. So during the time that I was getting into astrology, my Saturn return was happening. And so that's why life felt like a living hell. But it's not for nothing. Often it is things that we've been trying to run away from and maybe successfully running away from them for so long. But when you hit that 27 to 31 mark, you can't run away from these things anymore. For myself, because I am a running and track star. She is running, she's a track star. I will run away when it gets hard every single time, or I used to. And then all of a sudden, I have 2 kids. My oldest is diagnosed with autism. Me and my baby daddy aren't together. I'm living with my parents in Red Deer with no job, no money, and I can't run. There is nowhere I can go. Wow. So this is Saturn being like, you need to stop. And during those times, too, we are pushed into where we need to be heading in our journey. So for me, a lot of it had to do with astrology. And look where I am now. I'm 33 now. And things have changed. Things have really, really changed. So Saturn can do that. And it happens every 27 years. So you'll go through it again in your 60s. It's usually a little less turbulent because we're not running away as much as we were in our 20s and 30s. So
start facing things as we get older.
That's true. Yeah, so those lessons, and my parents had me out of all their kids during their Saturn return. They were broke. They were in Denver. My dad is going to Colorado Christian University, trying to get his doctorate in ministry. My mom, her pictures during that time, she looked hella
stressed,
crazy, man. And my mom always looks beautiful.
I'm sure she was still eating
that. She wasn't. I'm like, whoa, girl, what happened? And we both almost died when she was giving birth to me. So it was like her father passed away during that time. It was just a crazy time for her. But I got into that. I was a part of that. And now when I was going through my Saturn return, I was living with my parents, like I said, during this time, and we were going through this together, because I had a lot of things too that I had been holding on to from childhood, where I felt like you guys don't understand me, you know, like I was having panic attacks, screaming, you know, like it was like, it was a crazy time. But again, during that time, it felt like the end of the world, and it felt like the universe hates me. Yeah. Like, why is this happening to me right now? But now when I look at it, I'm like, oh, I was just being pushed to deal with my shit. Yeah. So coming full circle, that is what Saturn is doing. It's just pushing you to deal with your shit. If you haven't gotten to that age of 27 yet, and it's coming up, the way you can prepare for it is just to be open to what's happening. If things start falling off around you, maybe friends, you know, are dropping like flies, relationships not going the way they need to, just trust the process and be open to learn. Be open to looking into yourself and being like, what am I running away from? Right. What do I need to see during this time? So that's what Saturn can do. And
anybody turning 27?
Yeah.
I already went through it. Yeah. Okay. I'm waiting for 60 now.
Yeah.
But I really love that. I really love that concept, because it also it takes away the fear.
Yes. Yeah.
Because you already know that something is going to go on, a transition is going to happen, and it's something that's going to take you to higher levels, basically. But you have to, it's kind of like getting through the darkness to go to the light.
Exactly.
Of, right?
Yeah, exactly. Don't fight it. And if you've already gone through that period of time, if you look back at that time, I'm sure you can see that, oof, it was a little turbulent. Right. But things are working for you, not against you, although it may not feel like it. So that is definitely what Saturn does. Chiron is an asteroid. It's not a planet, but it is super essential, because we like to call it the wounded healer. It's a wound that we all have, and it reoccurs. Like for myself, my Chiron is in Leo. Okay. Really close to my Mercury of communication in Leo. So it's a wound of not being seen. As I said, Leo loves to be seen, loves to be heard. But all my life I had to fight. I felt like I have been misunderstood, like I'm not being heard. I even, down to like my nightmares. Growing up, I never really had nightmares of like scary things. It's just like nightmares of being in a room full of people I love, and I'm talking but no one can hear me. And it was like the worst thing. I'd wake up crying. I still have them to this day. But now I'm like, oh my gosh, this is what it is. It's that Chiron, it's that wound that keeps resurfacing, where it's like, even though I am communicating, I feel so unheard at times. But it comes up in order for me to address it. So in my case, when that happens, I have to look at myself. Sometimes I literally look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, you're here. People can hear you. Like, you know, the more I see myself, the more I am confident within myself that who I am, what I have to say matters, has substance. Then I get out of it. That wound just kind of heals a little bit. But throughout your life, you will find situations that will trigger you, depending on what your wound is, to look at it, to face it. So
magic.
Magic.
So crazy. It's so magical. All of this. But I want to go back, because you said at 60.
Yes.
You know, and I'm still, you know, thinking in the future now. Yes, now I want to come back and talk about what happens when I'm 60. So is it like more, is it, I don't know, aggressive? I don't know what the word is, but like, is it more scary? Is it a bigger transition or a smaller transition, or is it like, what do you expect?
It is,
compared from 27 to between
31, to 31 to 60. It's less. I would say it's a little less. Just because and we're wiser. There's more wisdom.
You would have done some of the work by then, hopefully.
Yeah. Seeing my parents when they're going through theirs, when I was going through my first one, was more of just being themselves. Like, if you are at a place in your 60s where you do feel like you're still running away from who you are, that is when it will be harder. They were being pushed to be more authentic. My mom, during that time, her blood pressure was going up because she was just so stressed out about like I was going through my shit.
Yeah.
Like my sister, I have an older sister, is going through her shit, and like her doctor's like, you gotta watch yourself or you're gonna die. Like your blood pressure is crazy. So that is something where it's like, will you put your grown ass kids in front of your own health,
right,
while you're stressing about them, or will you take charge of your life and do you?
Yeah.
And she took charge of her life, and now
as you should. Yeah.
She travels at least once a year. Yeah,
it might have saved her life.
100%. And she's just better for it all around. Like she's really embraced that. And so when you are older, it's still coming around, but it also depends on how much work you did during this, like when it came around the first time.
The first time.
So if I chose, for example, to ignore this astrology calling that I've had during the first time, if I wasn't doing none of this shit right now, 60 would be lit, because it's just coming in full force. Like things still come back around. This is still the mission you wanted to do on Earth. You still alive? you don't do it. You don't have to like look at this again. So it just depends on how much you are running away from yourself.
And it's a ballpark around 60, or is it literally 60?
Yeah, no, it's a ballpark around 60. I think because it's like Saturn comes back every 27 years, about 27 to 28. So I think it starts like 58 around there.
Okay.
50, yeah.
That's so interesting. She did come and speak in our women's group. Yes. In CWE. Shout out, ladies.
Shout out.
We have a monthly online women's group. Join if you want, guys. It's for women. Anybody can join anywhere in the world as long as you're a woman. That's the only criteria that you need to have. But we do workshops and we do fun stuff in there. And she came and did some speaking in there, and it was so much fun. You guys need to book a session. Book a session with her for real. And you work online?
I do.
Do they have to?
Yeah. Anybody online. Anybody, no matter where you're at. I
did want to ask if, like, off the top of your head, if somebody says like, "Oh, I'm a Pisces," like, what do you do? And they expect something from you. Do you tell them that you need more information from their chart, or are you able to give anything?
I usually am able to give some things, but I do also always explain that you are so much more than that. Also, it depends what time you were born. That's another thing about astrology. So the luminaries, which are the sun and the moon, right? Those are the stars in the sky, right, that light up. So it depends what time you were born at. If you were born when the moon was the luminary in the sky, the nightlight in the sky, then your moon sign is going to be more predominant with you. So I believe you're an Aries moon. So if you are, I'm not too sure if you have a night or day chart, but if you were a night chart, then you could find that, I'm a Pisces, but I relate so much more with Aries type shit.
Let me know. Do I give any Aries vibes?
Is she giving Aries?
I might see you. Like, you're the
you are, like,
you're the star here. Like, tell me.
The fire. Aries is impulsive.
Spicy.
It is spicy.
Okay, I'm very impulsive. Spicy.
I feel like Aries people like to look good and dress up.
I like to look a little good, you know.
Aries is the I am of the zodiac. So it is very much about like, yo, am I good? Like, and taking care of yourself. Some other signs really struggle with that. Okay. Whereas, like, when that's your default, you're like, oh, this is just me. Like, I'm still like, no matter what, I'm gonna take care of me. But some other people are like, oh, you're taking care of everyone else, and they're looking like shit. So,
that makes sense.
But I usually do still try to give something. Yeah.
Because so then the next question would be, what about those people who maybe they don't have their parents in their life, or they don't know, their mom doesn't know when they were born, like what time, and they can't get that answer? Are you still able to do a reading with those kind of people? Yes,
I'm still able to do a reading. I may not be able to get your rising sign, which I do need a time for. But there's so many other things I can take a look at. Okay. I mean, sometimes the planets are at the borderline where they're about to switch into another one. Mm-hmm. So in situations like that, then I'd have to get to know you a little bit more, to kind of see, how do you love? Like, is it like this or is it like that? Yeah. Okay. Then I can be able to know where it was. But even if you don't have your time, that is no problem at all. Most people, I mean, even if they do have their parents in their life, it's like, you were born 40 years ago. I don't remember that. I was like, I don't know. It's afternoon. I'm like, okay, 12 o'clock.
That's what I was gonna ask you. Like, is it okay if it's not as accurate? You're still busy.
Yeah. I can still.
And like you said, based off their personality, the time you spend with them, you can also make sure it's like you can kind of match that.
It's a whole that I can kind of match. It's called chart rectification.
Okay.
And so I can rectify charts if I get to know someone a little bit more. Just what I did with my parents. Like, I didn't have their birth time. But my mom's for sure Taurus rising. Because I look at the events in her life, who she is, how she is. Yeah. So I'm like, oh, okay, yeah.
I love that. So, okay, good. Yeah. So then, I mean, do you do, like, for those who maybe somebody comes to you, they meet you today.
Yes.
Do you do multiple sessions? Like, if they want to book, like, I want to do 6 weeks, I will come meet you once a week.
Yeah.
Just so that you get to know me and we can, like, get this, solidify my chart.
Yeah.
And I can learn my future.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, you want to learn my future? This is really how you do it.
It really is, because this is you. It's so personal.
Yeah.
So personal.
Yeah, I love it. So we're going to get into confessions now. We only have one good confession since I already made mine earlier. I have my tarot card and I think I'm her. Oh.
Hey, you are her.
I'm going to play with it. And I think, like, it's fun. Like, play with the cards, read the cards, learn what they mean, and like, you know, why not? Or just go to her, right? Because she has the cards, and she's a professional.
Or both. I mean, you can still, because it is a nice tool to have.
Yeah, it's fun too. Yeah, and like when I first got the cards, I was asking myself 20 million questions.
Yeah,
why not?
Exactly.
How can I ask about Kirk and Rashida? Like, people from Love Hip Hop, like. What's gonna happen with them by the end of the year? They gonna break up? What's gonna happen? Like, nosy confession all over the soul, like, girl. Oh my god! And that's probably an unhealthy way to use it. Because why am I nosy as telling people business?
It's good. That's exactly what you do.
That's funny. So the confession that we have here is: I only look at my chart when I'm having a mental health breakdown. Never when things are good. So what's the importance of engaging with your chart during times of peace to build resilience for the inevitable rough patches?
Yeah. So it is really good to look at it in times of peace, because it helps you realize why you're feeling the peace, you know? And sometimes, it can be like a good transit. Jupiter is like the planet of abundance and luck and all these things. So it can make us feel good when it's in a sign that's helping out your other planets. But also you can see with other planets too, like Mercury with communication. If I am feeling comfortable communicating this week, there might be a reason for it. So you can take a look at it and see during these times, this is a great time for me to be working on things where communication
like more creative or this or
important. That. Yeah. So that's what I do. I always take like a sabbatical. Just a pastor's kid shit. But not as a pastor, y'all. So
I'm not religious, so I don't even know what it is. I mean, I hear it all the time.
Every time I say that, I'm like, girl. Shout out to the pastor's kids out there. But just a time to go in and withdraw and reflect during Scorpio season, because I'm a Sagittarius rising. So that's my 12th house. And the 12th house is like the house of the unconscious, the unknown. I feel so vulnerable and like I'm always going through deep change during that time. That's internal. A lot of people may not see it. So when I am out and about during that time, I find myself quite overwhelmed. I project a lot. I can get a little catty. So I'm just like, during this time, it's best that, I just take it one step at a time. So that's a
good way to use the chart. And that's self-care. I think using it, tapping it into your self-care routine.
Maybe
once a month or twice a month, you know, you tap into your cards or whatever. You tap into this astrology and your birth charts and what's coming up for you. You know?
Like
what to expect. So you can kind of,
like this is a great time to be having fun, to be focusing on my family, to do that.
I love that. Okay. So, we're going to do a quick Hey Boo, which is me just giving a quick piece of advice that I have written down on my phone today, okay, because I'm not an astrologer. Then we're going to get the professional to give us a quick tip of advice just to kind of end off the episode. So the Hey Boo advice for today is, hey Boo, your birth chart is a map, but you are the driver. You can always change direction. Don't let your past transits excuse your present inaction. Why are you not active? Why are you not making moves? You know? So start taking ownership of your journey. That is the real wellness. And then I would love to hear what your advice would be.
My advice is that if you do feel that you would like to get to know yourself more, like your true self, then astrology is definitely the way for you. Like that Hey Boo said, it is also not an excuse.
Yeah.
As a Virgo and someone who has a lot of Virgo in my chart, I can be quite bitchy and controlling and like, let me fix everything for everyone else and like, let me do things by myself. And it is so irritating to me. Like,
you're so self-aware. I love that.
But it's too much sometimes.
Yeah.
And oftentimes people don't like being in relationship with Virgos because it's just too controlling and too much. So even though, yes, those are aspects that are very heavily me, I can still use it to like redirect that energy. For example, I got into yoga during the same time, and I do yoga every day now since like 2019. And that is like me really, and I do it from home. So I am like judging myself and fixing myself because I have all this judgy, fixy energy.
Right.
So I now channel it into me rather than like into everyone else around me. So that's a great way to just take these, like every sign has pros and cons.
Something, right.
Yeah. Right. So just take it and repurpose it.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're really looking into it, astrology, birth chart reading is for you. If you have questions about the future and where you're at right now and you need immediate guidance, tarot card reading is for you as well. So yeah.
I love that. Okay, I think this episode is one of my favorites so far. I really love this topic, and I don't know if we can make it happen.
Yes.
But I'm going to have to put some coins in your pocket so that we can do a live reading on here. I think that would be so fun for people to see like what that looks like.
Yeah, man.
So before they pay, and like they can see what a full reading would look like for an hour.
Yeah.
We could do that. I feel like that would be fun.
Yeah.
Comment down below if that's something that you would like to see us do, is a full reading on this podcast. I want to thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I hope that you come back.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Chatty's amazing. Please subscribe, support, follow.
Thank you. Yes, subscribe.
Every day.
Yes.
Everything.
Thank you. And on that note, make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment everything in this video. Until the next video. Bye.